Hello everyone, we are today here with Lieutenant Colonel Lee from the South Korean Military Academy, and we are talking about training, particularly language training, second language training in a stressful environment. So you're working on a project. Can you give us a short overview about the project and the major challenges and goals?
The project that we are going to present today is about the use of XR and AI technology to enhance students' language proficiency. So we are using AR and XR technology to enhance the reality of the training itself. But we focused on the deficits of the language component. The using XR technology is to replicate the real-based training, right?
Can you give us a short explanation what XR is? It's extended reality, right?
Extended reality. So it's not about wearing AR glass. It's about being surrounded by screen so that you can be free from seasickness, right?
Yeah. Motion sickness, yeah.
Motion sickness. So basically XR cell is only for individual, right? But we have more than 10 cells on the same floor. But our goal is to have them communicate with each other using different cells. But we found out that communication was almost impossible because of the noise and the physical boundaries that everybody is situated in. So we were thinking, yeah, we should develop more technology in order to help them communicate using this facility.
And you specifically noted that there's, due to stress, physical stress, the language capability degrade, particularly for second language users.
Yes. When it comes to second language, anxiety plays a critical role. So even if you are well trained, even if you have a very high proficiency in terms of military skills, if you find a kind of disconnection in terms of speaking second language, you will feel stressful, anxiety, and that will degrade your performance as well. Because Korea is working closely with US. The ROC US and ROC combined operation is an important thing. So cadets are being trained in order to show excellence in terms of conducting ROC US combined operations. In order to be excelled in that environment, English is very important and necessary. So that's why we want to find a solution to help them to learn English at the same time with improving their military skills while using XR technology.
So, from my understanding, you built basically this XR system for 10 people more or less, so a squad, and they train then as a squad, they fight more or less, and then have to communicate with each other?
So basically at the phase 1, they work as an independent combat member. And then they can also given different roles. For example, they can be squad leaders, and then they can also be platoon leaders as well, according to different scenarios.
Okay. Okay, so they then communicate with the whole teams and everything. And then you basically train as you fight to a certain degree.
Yes.
And the XI environment allows that you're more cost efficient, or what is the ultimate goal here?
So like I said before, Korean soldiers and particularly Korean Military Academy cadets, they are being trained in order to be excelled in the ROC US combined operations situation, right? So in order to do that, they need more experience with training with US officers. But it's not easy to have US military officers in the same room all the time. So that's why we are trying to develop a content that can be used in XR technology, where US Army military officer is with you within the system, so that you can use English and you can communicate with these potential US military officer avatar.
So basically you have kind of chatbots which are filled with American information and everything.
So the training will be conducted in English instead of in Korean. So you can work with U.S. military officer using the technology, and then while you are shooting or while you are maneuvering, you also speak to the AI, the agent, and you can also receive order from the AI agent, and then you can also communicate with your comrades who are working together on the same floor, but in different XR cells.
And basically the DI is also determining, okay, this English is good enough or not good enough, and then there's an evaluation process. And I think there was like 2 scenarios that there was I think a lack of proficiency in the language, and the other was it was too stressful, I think.
So the thing that we are going to introduce is twofold, hardware and software. Hardware is to collect their voices under the noise and everything. The second part is about the software. They can distinguish whether the user is experiencing language difficulties or whether they are having mental stress. So when they show kind of disconnection in terms of communicative situation, the AI agent can evaluate whether this came from their language deficiency or whether it came from their mental stress. Yeah.
And then you adapt basically the training based on that to make them either more resilient on the psychological side,
yes,
or give them basic training in the language skills.
I mean both. So when the program detects users are experiencing language difficulty, then the AI agent can give them like more simple way of communicating, providing easier words expression, something like that. However, when user is experiencing mental stress, then AI agent can intervene and give more like accommodation, or they can give you some kind of mental support, showing some messages on the screen saying you're doing okay, you know.
So basically DI would assist to a certain degree, like, okay, you're doing well, or he said that and that. Mm-hmm. Is this just for the training situation, or building you a model that basically in combat the soldier would also get this message?
Because this is an XR situation, it is not about the head-mounted display. The message will be on the screen.
It's only training.
Yeah, okay. It's only training purpose.
Okay. And so, what were your major findings so far and conclusions based on your research?
Actually, this project is an ongoing project, so we don't have a tangible outcome yet. So once we are done with developing this system, we are planning to conduct an empirical study to examine whether this system is effective or not. After that, we can talk more about the pedagogical impact of this system.
So, and does it replace an existing training program in that area, or is this basically a new way, particularly training?
So we are trying to add something to the pre-established system. So we are not replacing something, but we are adding some good points that can be better for the current XR technology system, which are widely used in our institution.
And thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching.